That would be right. I was like, why am I not on the screen? Yes, I was delayed. I had an emergency phone call I had to take. So sorry, guys. We're back where I've pulled the cards. I've grabbed the ruined cards. We're going to look in the book. Now, I do feel with the Divine Masculine, something's happening very quickly, okay? Especially from the ruined cast, which I laugh at this ruined cast. It's like, ooh. Oops, I did it again. What did you do, Masculine? Let's have a look. This is to do with sacral chakra, divine energy, movement forward, planting seeds, harvesting of one's rewards, and making major decisions. From their ruin cast and their crowning energy, it's looking pretty positive. Something's going down, okay? This can be in a family. This can be in a home residence. This might be movement forward. Whatever it's happening, it's the Chariot card in Tarot, and it's moving very quickly. So, what am I hearing? Let me have a look at the cards. This person looks fed up. This person wants movement forward. This person's done and dusted and over crap. Okay, they're over dramas, they're over white noise. They don't know why they're fighting this situation. Again, very similar to Divine Feminine's read. It does not appear to be that there's an issue with you as per se. But what I'm seeing with the Chariot card and the surrounding energies is they want this movement. Now, the ruin cast that we have, it's in between two worlds at the moment, okay? It's the harvest, it's the movement forward, trying to develop this situation further. We're going to read it. It is apple, okay? Apple, barley. It's mysterious. It's a mysterious god whose origins are unclear, as he later came associated to the fertility god theory. Potency, latency, energy, intimate. Okay, it's the sacral chakra. I did say, oops, I did it again. We're going to have a private group session, okay? That some things can't be heard to the public. And those of you that want to come in, we do speak a little bit more loosely, but we'll keep this case sensitive. This person's very attracted to you, okay? This person's very frustrated. This person wants to run in right away. They want to come in towards you. They do feel this conflict that they've been dealing with. It's sort of like what I've been fighting for. Spiritually, this can be their psychology, where they're directly feeling they need to let a circumstance go. This is very conflicting, but it's almost like that notion of what, especially if this person's in a karmic relationship, is, well, what the hell am I here for? Number one, this is also toxic. I'm trying to get myself up out of Hades. And it's like, fighting the heart when they know what they want. And I don't think they're fighting to keep away from you. I feel they're wanting to come correct. So it's more, trying to do something by society's standards, maybe that is politically correct and acceptable to reach closure. But I also feel from a point of view, there's a lot of chemistry between you, which is giving them a great deal of clarity. If this is so bloody horrible, why the heck am I here? Yeah, something is freeing them. This, something is ending and something is beginning. Yes, for those relating to maybe a mother energy, we do have the Empress here. There could be a family, a tribe, a mother situation, an ex. There could be somebody trying to get pregnant to trap this person. I feel they're kind of seeing a pattern and they're like, no, I am not interested in this. But there is something to do with their inner emotions and viewing you as the harvest and the crop that they want to, plant seeds within their life. And that doesn't have to be, hey, I want to have kids with you. but it is where they feel that that is fertile soil, and it's something that is more sustainable emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. Okay, the thing that was very firmly coming through this month in July. I was hearing Christmas in July. Yes, it's almost like this notion this month that, whatever those tower moments were, that we were shifting things about. And I feel for the divine masculine, there are wounds associated to how they individually have handled things. And spiritually, it was about them coming to terms with things. And I think as Aries and Chiron move retrograde from the 19th, then as we move to the Leo new moon, we are having Jupiter shifting retrograde on the same day. I do feel communication and self-worth is really kind of coming up, but they don't, you sort of do find with Jupiter retrograding, it's almost like the Fool card becomes more of a rational Fool card, if that makes sense. It's like, okay, I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to be educated and logical. I don't want to go and wear angel's feather to tread. I don't expect you to do that either. And it's just looking at things very realistically, very adultly in a fashion. It's making very intentional decisions with the movement forward. I do feel particularly if there has been a lot of toxicity in the circumstance that they've dealt with, it's really helped them reach closure. For a point, I do feel the self-forgiveness. The self-forgiveness and trying to make everyone happy and appeasing was a big thing. But we've got the Chariot card here, okay? So there is movement. There's movement and having, I said it was coming through in Divine Feminine's read. Almost like you're walking a tightrope and having to choose a left or a right. And I do feel the decisions being made here. I feel the chemistry between you is going to become insane. This also, I'm going to pull a clarifier. It could be where, the expression of the Divine Feminine is, yes, I'm loving and nurturing, but I also do have some needs how I do have feelings and I do get hurt and I don't have to be a hero all the time. Yeah, it's like that's, if you don't love someone, like why, this is what Divine Masculine's thinking. Yes, okay, I've cheated myself out of love. I've cheated myself out of happiness. These people really have not been maybe treating me correctly. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. I think sometimes we get so stuck in this twin flame journey thinking, well, if they're single, then why isn't there movement? Because at a karmic cycle at the moment, especially depending on their zodiac sign, because it will show the karma associated to it and things that we're moving away from, can be tribe situations happening in family locations. It could be in a workplace at the moment. It could be the friendship groups. It could be the children. So wherever this is landing for them, be it it's the inner child, it is evolving at the moment. And we all in a shadow effect are actually looking at that, especially in the masculine attribute of ourselves. It can be where we're maybe dependent on a circumstance. It could be due to finances. So emotionally, they're dealing with this exact same situation, but this is reaching a conflict point. And it's almost stifling, almost heartbreaking to be away from you, but they're doing everything they can to physically come towards you. They've been sitting in that energy for a bit, and I feel the distance has actually made the heart grow fonder. For some, if you have a child in the mix, they're directly thinking about this, but they're also thinking about making a harvest with you and actually, what that would feel like, how it would feel to have that fresh new beginning. And that's something that really does help them stay very present in the belief of love. It's the outcome, right? The outcome is what gets us going. Okay, I feel Divine Masculine's trying to be rational. I do feel there could be a conversation piece, especially linked to the karmics. This also could be a conversation piece and a statement that's made to Divine Feminine. There's regret of things that they said and how they didn't react. They have had people around them that have been very manipulative. Like this can be an ex that has been quite manipulative. They're kind of, and these can be old things. They don't even have to be current partnerships that they're in. That shadow energy, maybe saying we were happy when really it was staying in circumstances due to society's standards. They are feeling nostalgic of the happiness that they did have with you. And maybe in the statements that they made, they're trying to be more realistic, right? That you know, where there was happiness and where, you know, how to receive happiness is going to be very different. So it's not that you as per se are a problem, but a direct situational shit they're currently dealing with at an emotional level appears to be. I do feel some directly are having a separation. There might have been in a previous connection that they were in a lot of manipulation, and it might have been, say, a wife, or it could have been, it feels a partner, it feels a tribe orientated situation. So for a lot of masculines, some of them may have had a separation, you know, and that would have been last year. Some I'm also seeing psychically, it may have been that they went into a karmic connection between November, December, January, February of 2022. Now, this is coming up in their read at the moment at the end of July, where they're realizing, gee, you know, maybe I went in where fools fed to tread, and there is this manipulation inside of this partnership that is a little bit toxic and codependent. I feel that there is a conversation with whomever these individuals are. This also can be a conversation with you, Divine Feminine, where they're declaring, because this is a declaration of what happened and the things that they didn't see before, the healing that they weren't able to complete, right? This can be relating to their childhood, but it feels like a statement of, I'm hearing the term go easy on my heart. And I'm going to put, it's funny because the heart chakra, even channeling this, is actually hurting, which makes sense because we are having a new moon in Leo. There's a lot of mess here. It's ending though. I feel it's shifting. It's getting a little bit heavier, but I don't know. They're coming in like a bat out of hell. Yeah. It's funny. We've got the divine consciousness, which is the crown chakra. I feel spiritually, especially because Juno is going to be retrograde and Neptune already is, it's almost if they felt that maybe somebody else was their twin flame. I kind of feel at the moment they're having this revelation that you're the connection, you're the spiritual connection. It feels psychically you're both going to be quite in tune. They're going to feel that you're pulling back, and I kind of feel they're coming in towards you. There is some connection from the past going, and I feel this is an openness, and this came through in Divine Feminine's read. It feels like this, look, I need to explain myself. I need to explain my intentions and my feelings. Please don't misinterpret me. And I do feel this is a direct conversation that's going to be playing out to do with the past, but also to do with what's going to be playing out moving forward, what their intentions are. There is an apology, I do feel, and it may be for unintentionally hurting you in certain instances, and it might have been by not taking responsibility for certain roles, but they're also trying to find that forgiveness inside themselves for things that they dealt with personally. They are coming through as the King of Wands moving forward, and it's more to do with their ambition and drive and actually investing in the circumstance. And it does feel very passionate. It does feel like a passionate exchange. And I definitely feel anyone that was manipulating them before, I kind of feel they're moving that situation to the past because they feel it was directly impacting the connection. This physically might be due to tribe. Try to not argue. Try to communicate in the same kind of fashion, because I also feel as though there could be some conflict. They know that at the moment, spiritually, both of you are arguing in your hearts. It's like, I beg to disagree, because you do have at a foundation level wounds, right? Wounds that haven't been cleared out and wounds that are going to be cleared together. Yeah, that space between you. Rapunzel can only go on so long, and then universe will throw you back together. It's just the way it goes. Both of you are afraid. Both of you are afraid of getting hurt, but you can't break what's already broken. That's the revelation we need to have. But you can repair it so that you can actually see the beauty in the heart. The heart, actually, I was so mad at my heart. I think it was in 2017 and 18, through a portion of my awakening prior to reconciliation. And I just recall having this huge heart chakra activation. I thought the bloody thing was going to blow up. And it felt like hell. So this Leo moon can have that same effect, else. But understand, it expands, it opens larger, and you get bitter at it. You're like, how dare you get bigger, not smaller, not more closed off. And this is my little box, FYI, no entry. The heart is meant to expand. The heart is meant to grow beyond the pain, right? Betrayals and hurts can come up, but through that, through darkness comes light. Similar to the star card in Tarot, where is the star? It's in the sky, and there's darkness. And the star is received through pulling towers down. So I do feel it's through having this. Nobody can ever take from you what is truly yours. Even if there's conflict, it's almost creating that safe space from the inner child, especially that we do have the energy of Pisces, Cancer here with the Chariot. I'm feeling from a spiritual point of view, both in the ethers and in the 3D, what we need to understand is where we had been abandoned or felt less as children, I feel you're both healing that energy together. And that, yes, you can have conflict. You don't need to feel that just because conflict comes up or just because hard circumstances come up, that it can't be repaired, that it can't be, that the communication is the key. But mirroring that communication is key as well. So there is almost this, there could be this purgatory experience where there's resent and rebellion. But I do feel divine masculine's trying to swim through that wave that divine feminine is feeling due to the circumstances. And they're trying to reach you in the middle. They're meeting you halfway. Yeah, they're changing their tactics. They're changing their approach. They do wish that they'd jumped in prior, but they spiritually weren't psychologically ready. There was a lot of mess they were clearing up, and there was guilt associated to social responsibilities, expectations. I really feel there's a conversation here. This is a heart-to-heart conversation to do with the regret that, yes, they did go in directions where, and this came through in their read, they chose a person or a situation that they felt mirrored you, when really that was them actually running from you and running from themselves. They thought that that was over. Which I mean you know, they thought that was over, but spiritually, especially because we have all that point of view, what is waking in them is the crown chakra activation. And this consciousness spiritually of the deep connection is, you know, there's no, how would I put it? There's no mountain high enough to keep you away from each other, because it is very, it's very heart-centered. It's almost this urgency that they want to address this conflict with you that have been there. They've heard your call. They've heard what you need. You think that they haven't heard this. They know what needs to be removed. They know what needs to be addressed. Some of you, I do feel they're actually single, and you're feeling that maybe there's somebody else, or maybe there's going to be somebody else, and they're actually saying, no, that's not correct. They're saying that they've already been there, done that, okay? This could be a week where, moving to the end of the month into the next, it could be a little bit energetic. You're guided to protect yourself psychically. You're guided to be prepared for unexpected visitors, because I'm really seeing with the Chariot card here, there's an unexpected visitor. Look, even through triggers and fights, I still think it's going to be okay. I mean, I'm hearing the term white noise. You need to listen to each other. Be open to it. Then as you hear, respond. But I do get this movement. We're going to come back. We're going to do the karmic update. I'm coming straight back. I'm clearing the deck. I'm clearing the energy. I'm coming straight back. We'll see you soon. If you want to book a reading, jump on soon, because the bookings are filling up fast. And yes, I will be actually closing the sale down shortly.